And now the focus is on 2018. Sources are telling Fox top Trump advisors have expressed some worries over the midterm elections. The advisors telling the president there must be changes to the White House political operation if they do not want to lose. Joining me with his thoughts on all of it, Fox News contributor and former Deputy Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush, Mr. Karl Rove. Karl, good to see you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Trish.
2018 midterms. Are the Republicans in jeopardy in your view?
Absolutely, and they better start using the tax bill as a way to go on the offense. And the good news is that they can do so because the Democrats once again are overreaching. The Joint Committee on Taxation said if you take into account all the individual and even the corporate tax rate, households that are making less than $50,000 a year adjusted gross income get an 11.2% cut in their taxes. By comparison, the people at the top, those that are making more than $1 million, they get 5.9% cut in their taxes. This tax bill is progressive. That is to say, it is putting more money into the hands of ordinary people by taking money from by giving them back a bigger share of their money. Another way to look at it is...
In some ways, I don't necessarily like that, Karl, because I think the people that pay the taxes should get the biggest tax break. But your point is that the Democrats don't have a leg to stand on here when they
don't have a leg to stand on.
You know, the middle class isn't getting a break, because they are.
Yeah, the bottom 50% of filers, that's making $40,000 or less adjusted gross income. And this, again, is from the Joint Committee on Taxation. This is their distribution tables. They pay 2% of the tax burden. 50% of the people pay 2% of the tax burden. They get 4.5% of the tax break. So they're going to pay an even smaller share of the overall tax burden when this is done. The middle class, those are the people who make between $40,000 and $200,000 a year adjusted gross income. They pay 38% of the tax burden. They get 52% of the tax cut. And the top 5% that today pay 60%, nearly 60% of the tax burden, get 44% of the tax cut. So this is geared to the middle class. If you're paying taxes and you're in the middle class, you get a bigger chunk of the tax cut than do the people above you and below you. In fact, that 45%, the middle class, their share of the tax cut is twice as big as the top 5% and 3 times as big as the top 1%, measured by what share of the tax cut that goes to that group.
Yeah. I agree with you. I don't even necessarily like it because I would say if I had been them, would have cut taxes as you went up the scale or develop some kind of flat tax, but that's a story for another day. But in other words, the argument that the Republicans just cut taxes for the rich makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
No sense at all. And let the Democrats go out and make that argument. The Republicans ought to focus on explaining to the American people how this tax cut works for the middle class. And look, the middle class is going to see it and feel it. And if they do, we'll be okay. If they don't, or we don't engage in the argument and effectively make the argument, then Republicans are going to be in trouble. And so far, we haven't done a particularly good job of selling, but we got plenty of time to sell.
Look, I hear what you're saying, but it's not completely applicable across the board. And this is the one area that they could get you on, Karl. And this is one area that I think could be easily fixed if the president decides to and Treasury decides to and they reinterpret the IRS laws. And that's private equity investors calling their investment income. And I just want to back up because a lot of people get confused by this and they say, well, if I invest, I should get a break, right? Because I've already paid taxes on that. And I agree, you should. Everyone should. And if a private equity, I'm all for them, putting money, their own money into the markets, into new investments. And if they find something and it's their money, they should get the capital gains rate. But Karl, a lot of these investors, they're investing on behalf of you or me, and then they're saying, well, Karl, Trish, you made all that money. I'm going to take my 20% fee. And then they tell the government that fee is their investment when it was never their investment, Karl. And this is, we're talking to the tune of $180 billion, and it's not fair because it means, say, a New York City cop is paying a higher rate than the likes of Steve Schwartzman, who's making $400+ million a year. That's something they can pick on, Karl.
Well, you know what? That issue of carried interest, you can argue it round, you can argue it flat. They would argue that that is their sweat equity, that that's what they bring to the table, and that they're putting their energy and effort and intelligence.
But I'm putting my energy and my effort into this conversation right now, and you're putting energy and effort in too. But you know what? I still have to pay income tax.
Yeah, but Trish, that argument's over. It didn't happen. Unless the president wants to bring it up and make it a centerpiece of 2018,
I think he could.
It's not going to happen.
I think
well,
he could, and I think that this could be a no. But Karl, this is an important political issue, and he can stick it to the Democrats on this one because they have no interest in fixing it either.
Yeah, well, look, he's got to have the votes to do that, and the question is, does he have the votes and does he have the interest in doing it? It didn't happen in the bill itself, and I doubt that it's going to happen next year. I think the Republicans would be better off figuring out how to defend this bill and how to make certain the American people understand it rather than reopening up that debate.
So it's fair somehow that a New York City cop has to pay more percentage-wise than Steve Schwartzman?
No,
that's not right. That's not fair. And you know what? You could make a political issue out of this, and the president has made an issue out of this.
Wait a minute. The New York City cop doesn't pay more.
Yes, the New York City cop, percentage-wise, try 27% on this new plan versus, say, 20% if you're falsely claiming that your investment is income.
Slippery slope, Trish, because then the New York cop pays a higher tax on his wages than does the retiree on his savings. Should we make them both pay the same rate? Should we say, okay,
this is apples and oranges, Karl. The private equity investor that's taking 20% of your return, if it's his money, fine. Your return, that is labor. That is labor, and therefore he should pay income tax on it. And just because they've been paying off both sides, they've managed to get away with that, and it's wrong.
Well, Trish, I appreciate your passion and your enthusiasm for the issue, but it ain't going to happen unless the President of the United States does, first of all, two things. One, he wants to make it a major issue in 2018, and I saw no sense in the battle over the tax reform bill that he wanted to make it a major issue. And two, that he's got the votes to get it done in a Republican House. They're done, in my opinion. They've already gone through the meat grinder on tax reform once. They're not going to go on it again. And look, it's fine to get passionate about it, but it ain't going to happen until the next time that we've got lots of other things bubbling up about tax reform that cause this sort of once every 20 years, once every 25.
Look, I think it could be a good political issue for him. It was certainly on the campaign trail. He brought it up over and over again, and I have faith that it's not going away. But Karl,
I think most people have no idea what carried interest is. What they want to know is, are you cutting my taxes?
But this is why we need to educate them, and this is why they need to understand why some people are getting away with murder on this. Karl Rove, thank you so much. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas. We'll be right back.